you and me, we have also met some of the key stakeholders in Pakistani energy sector over the last year as well. If you could decide how to use as you said, the existing power generation sets which are there, mainly from Wärtsilä, and then you taking the renewable strategy, which also has to be there, solar, wind. Obviously, if there's no sunshine, there's no energy. If there's no wind, there's no energy. There has to be pretty expensive, still pretty expensive storage systems. But how would you balance with the existing generator sets and the challenges or not the challenges, but the obvious outcome of the renewables? What would be in your mind? What would be the perfect balanced mixed in Pakistan?
Mm-hmm. I think for us, where we see, which we know is tricky, but I think if I had, like you said, if I had the leverage to make the difference, is we need to change the methodology how this existing PPA has been calculated. First of all, most of them 10 to 15 years. So it means that the payback, the investment into it can't be that far off from already paying off the whole investment for the last, because the PPA has already been executed for years. So one of the mechanics that can be done is you renegotiate the existing PPA. And I think what is missing today in that evaluation is that on one side, somebody's saying that if we negotiate the PPA, I'm going to earn less money. On the other side, and I think this is where the approach is wrong from both sides. One thing that they are going to pay more, the other one thing they're not going to earn enough. Well, in my humble positions at the moment, I'm almost certain that if we would modify the PPA for another 15 years and turn from a base load or transition base load power plant to a balancer, sure, the tariff will be different. You can't be it's very simple. You can't pay off your investment if you're not running because it's based on running hour. But at the same time, if you're able to make a longer period out the investment and then increase the tariff, since you're going to run almost 70% less than what it was planned. So at the end of the day, everybody would find the same balance. But so in theory, yeah, I think you need to take the both parties together. You need to maybe take a third party to make that famous calculation and demonstrate that both parties on an open, on an open book to some extent, will make the return on investment that they need to make. So the government will spend less money, but will be able to use better their renewable, their hydro capabilities. And then at the same time, you will be able to not reinvest in new PPA, in new technologies, and just upgrade those plants so that they will run on balancer mode, which in this respect will help both countries. And if they run on balancer, we will use less fuel, of course. But I think this is, but I understand, somebody said, but I want to make more money. Maybe that's what they want to do. But I think at some point, I think this is where the common, if a country is in so much of difficulties, I would try to do that, but maybe I'm too, I don't know how to say it. Maybe I'm too soft on that. I just see the both party and I say, hey, you guys could just find a middleman there and then make it happen.